right, welcome in, boys. To the bank, Las Vegas. Keg is here. Coop is here. What's going on, Cooper?
Well, if I told you I was doing good, I would be fibbing to you.
Yeah.
What you're saying, like people get paid a lot of money to do a job and they do it fucking horrible or something?
Yep. Nobody does their job. Everybody gets paid a lot to do their job.
Right.
Not many people do their job.
That's what I feel like now. Like freaking bank managers are the worst in the world. How long does it take to freaking process an application? I need this. All right, I get it to you in an hour. I need this now. All right, we'll get it to you in an hour. Oh, all right, we need this. I'll get it to you in an hour. And it's like they want something again and then again. And then, like, once you get it all to them, you wait fucking 4 hours for them to get back to you.
They're
horrible. They're freaking horrible.
We're just going to let them vent, boys. It's been a rough week. We're just going to let them vent. We're going to let them get it out.
I mean, like, what are you doing? You're sitting at a freaking desk.
Let them know, Coop.
In air conditioning. You probably have, some coffee, whatever your frick you drink.
Yep.
And you're looking at a computer probably.
Yep.
Of a bunch of numbers.
Definitely.
And then on the other side, you have something else turned on that you probably shouldn't have turned on, which is probably occupying your time.
Yep.
Like, do banks get like 30 applications a day for loans for people that want to have money, for people that want to start a business?
I don't have the
answer. I highly doubt it. Like, go into your local bank, all right? And like you have the people that work behind the tellers and everything, all right? So look at the other people. Tell me if you ever see them doing anything.
Jeff, you're going to send them.
They're nothing.
You're going to send them, Jeff. We're trying, bro. We're trying. We're on the phone hours a day trying to get this settled. We're trying. We're working on it.
DB, it's not government. It's like the people that work on the roads, man. Like you'll see like 15 of them working on a project. All right. And 13 of them will be standing around picking their ass and 2 of them will be working.
This therapy session was brought to you in part by Monster Energy.
And if you fucking send out a goddamn Monster Energy can to anybody, I am disowning you.
I'm not sending.
How embarrassing is that?
I'm not sending anything to anybody, bro. You got nothing to worry about.
And how freaking stupid is Holden thinking that you're actually going to mail it to him? Like, doesn't he know you have 35 shirts from, Run Pure Sports sitting on your desk?
I got
100. That people have been asking you to mail out for 3 years.
I got 198 shirts still sitting.
It's horrible.
Yeah. I mean, if people are waiting on me, good luck with that. Yeah, Jay Graham. Coop's in his bag tonight. He's in his bag. Yeah, the frustrating part about this is we can't lose a fucking bet. I mean,
the frustrating part about it is I started on this last Saturday night.
I know you did.
We amount of entered everything we needed. Like everything on the back end is ready to go.
I know.
What we think.
I know.
No. But it seems like it. I don't know. But anyways.
Yeah, I mean, we can't lose a bet. Just 20 people are ready to sign up. Nothing we could do about it. I mean, what are we going to do? This is where we're at, my guy. Where were we last week? Oh, the Roval. Yeah, I remember. So let's talk about last week. Last week was good. Kyle Larson did his job. Got us paid. Playoffs reset. We're down to 8 guys, Coop. Probably the best 8 guys in the sport. I think you would agree. You all right, buddy?
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe not the best 8. You got Blaney, Logano,
The first 6 or 7, I don't know if Logano's been the best this year.
He's won. What's he won? Like 2 out of the last 3 championships?
We're talking this year, man.
Hey, man, I'm talking about the best guys in the sport.
Okay.
Is he not one? These are the 8. Isn't this the 8?
Well, let me remind you, all right? Okay. When you rank quarterbacks,
oh boy,
do you rank them by how they're playing this year or the best guys in the sports, aka Aaron Rodgers? Let's have that discussion.
I rank them by how they look this year.
All right. So then why are you wanting to do this differently?
I'm just Jesus. he is in a mood. I mean, I don't know. I think they're probably the best 8 guys in the sport for sure. So I was talking to Meyer before, and I said it's gonna suck if we get to Phoenix and Larson is like the 4th best car at Phoenix. Because like at points in the race last year, Blaney, Theyll, Reddick, all 3 of them were better than him.
Yeah.
And you know what he said to me? Go take your blood pressure medicine because you're clearly not right. I was like, what are you talking about? I said, look. He's like, you know what he says? So we're basing this year on last year. That's what we're doing. I said, until I see it. Yes, that's what we're doing. Yeah, I'm going to expect them to be every bit as good as they were last year until we see it. So talk to me about Vegas, Coop.
It's a 1.5 miles. It's a cookie cutter. It's a pretty boring race. Won't see a lot of action. It'll come down to pit road stops.
Coop.
You got to have speed. Really can't rely on attrition to, gain positions this week. It really comes down to, speed and not making mistakes. And, last year in the fall race, Kyle Larson, I think almost 3-second lead with 5 laps left, and the caution came out and he lost.
Yeah, I mean, had he won that race, that would have been what, 3 in a row?
Yeah, since he won this year earlier, yeah.
But I was thinking,
but he's won 3 of the last 7 here, regardless, and he probably could have won 4 of the last 7, and maybe even 5. Who knows?
But here's what I'll say: I understand why he's priced at where he's at, but like Reddick was at the very least as good as he was the last time they were at Vegas, at the very least. And if Chris Bell has what, another 150 feet, he beats Larson for sure one of the last couple times. So like I get that he's dominant here, but there are cars that are going to be able to compete with him, I think. Like I think Bell and Reddick will definitely have something for him.
He led 188 laps this spring. He was pretty dominant.
Yeah, but Reddick was really good, Coop. Yeah. He was really good at that race.
Yeah, it was.
And like multiple times he was coming in that race.
Over the last 2 years, who's been the best driver on 1.5 miles?
Kyle Larson.
And
obviously Denny, but like
two scenarios have happened. All right. One, he's either won the race, or 2, he's had some type of issue that has kept him from winning the race. Has he brought a bad vehicle to where like, oh, it's just not a race winning car today?
No,
it's like a 5th or 6th place car.
But what I'm saying is that there have been cars that have been on the track that were better than him. Reddick was better than him. I'm telling you. He might have led 100, but look,
how can you say a guy was better than him and he led 188 laps?
Because if there were 5 more laps in that race, he loses. And like Meyer says, in the last 2 segments of the race, the fastest car on the track was Reddick. And one more final turn, Bell beats him 2 or 3 races back. Like there have been cars that have been equally as good as him. That's what I'm saying.
But he won.
True. He won.
Hey, like, talk yourself out of a Kyle Larson ticket all you want.
I'm not talking myself out of a Kyle Larson ticket. Obviously, I will have a ticket, but I think that Bell and Reddick.
Like, the scary thing to me, all right, is this is not a track where you have a lot of issues. All right. And he's proven it over his career. He's freaking been a machine here. So he's going to be very tough to beat.
He's going to be tough to beat. I don't disagree with that. In terms of the manufacturers, how would you do you just stack Chevy number one because of him?
Man, that's tough. I think from a betting perspective, from an odds maker's piece, they've got to make Chevy number one because of Kyle Larson.
But like
from a depth perspective, I think Toyota has more cars that can win than Chevy.
I agree with that. I agree with that for sure. Do you think that Will Byron is going to be as strong? Like sometimes early in the year when they're at Vegas, Byron is like he's right there sometimes with Larson, right? But it seems like later in the year, I don't know. You think?
I mean, Willie B's finished in the top 3 in the last 3 races, so you know, he's running pretty well.
But I'll tell you, like, just to keep it on the Hendrick track, I don't think the other 2 guys could win.
I don't think Chase Elliott can win. I think he'll have around the top 10, top 12 car. Alex Bowman, I would give Alex Bowman a better shot to win than Elliott. But why? I don't think he can. I don't know. He just seems like he has more speed on the 1.5 miles than Elliott. And Bowman's been running really good
lately. Yeah. But bro, what were they thinking? I just read about that today. I didn't even know until today.
Yeah.
Why?
They made a mistake. They made a mistake.
No.
They played it too close to the edge.
Hold up. If by made a mistake you mean they got caught cheating, okay. But if you mean they made a mistake any other way, stop it.
No, I think they truly made a mistake.
By 18 pounds?
Yeah.
Coop, did you ever pick up 18 pounds?
I pick up pounds that you would not believe every single day.
Well, it's not light, my guy. Yeah, a 2, 3 5-gallon buckets full of water is not that light.
Well, they would weigh more than 18 pounds.
Well, whatever. You get my point. Just let me be in my flow state right now. That's a lot of weight, man. That's a lot of weight. You cannot sell me on the fact that wasn't intentional. But that being said, it is what it is. They're gone. Do you fear any Ford in this race besides Ryan Blaney?
No, not really. Not pre-race, no.
That's kind of where I'm at. If you had to rank the Toyota guys, how would you rank them? I would rank Bell 1, Reddick 2.
I'd rank Reddick 1, Bell 2.
And do you think Denny or Marty have anything? Like, Denny can't continue to be this bad, right?
Oh, he can. He's got a lot going on in his head, man. I mean, you see, all right, let me give you an example, all right? You see how Kushner is 3 minutes into a freaking football game, and he's already losing his mind because of the bets and everything.
Yeah.
Amplify that 15 times with Denny Hamlin, probably.
You really think the charter is fucking him up that badly?
Oh, yeah. Mentally, yeah. I mean, this is his money that's invested. Millions and millions and millions of dollars.
But, like, by not signing the agreement, right? Is he going to lose anything? Like, can't they show up next year regardless?
He's losing a lot of money.
Why?
Because if you're a charter, you get paid money from NASCAR significantly much more than what you would as an open team. Open teams are, do you remember when they said the difference? I think the difference was $2 million from Austin Dillon when he won, going from like 20 or 32nd place to 16th place in the point standings when he had originally won before they took it away from him. They said that's what the difference was. Open teams get paid worse than the last place car.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot. Not only that, like I would imagine it's going to be harder to get sponsorship because one, I don't know if the sponsors want that type of, label put on them. And two, how long can they maintain the sponsorship? Can they run a full season? Like I think Reddick can, and Bubba can. I mean, Bubba could probably, to be honest with you, Bubba could probably fucking fund the whole 3 teams.
Yeah.
That guy can fall in sponsorship. But yeah, I would be more concerned like with Front Row and the sponsorship piece.
All right. So,
but I ranked Reddick ahead of Bell because Reddick is more consistent.
Denny's like, I guess, the wild card. Like, because
I could rank Denny anywhere from 3rd to 5th when it comes to Toyota.
I mean, obviously Gibbs has been a monster on 1.5 miles all year. He's got speed always, but it's just about finishing.
Correct.
What do you think about Marty this week?
I think you got to give him a fair shake. He was horrible last year in the playoffs. And then when he came here, it was his best playoff race. Same with what's going on this year. He's been horrible over that same run, maybe even a little farther. But he could have a good car. I mean, some of them races, like he's been in the top 5. He's run well. It's not like he's been horrible and doesn't have speed or anything. Sometimes he's been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Sometimes, his crew chief has made the wrong decision.
True.
Of that nature.
That's true.
He's definitely somebody you got to watch.
Plus, his pit team let him down a lot this year, man.
Yeah. But I think, you bring that up, pit team, I think that's the big advantage that Hendrick Motorsports has over Toyota. Their pit teams are freaking incredible. All 4 of them.
True.
All 4 of them.
True. All right, let's get into the odds. I mean, you guys know the deal on normal 1.5 mile cookie cutter tracks. Speed kills. It's the same guys that we always talk about. Larson, Byron, all 4 big guys at Gibbs, Tyler Reddick, and Ryan Blaney, really. I mean, that's pretty much it. All right, let me pull up the odds. Oh, before we go to the odds, let's talk about the chip. So I only have that ticket on Larson. I'm looking at the odds now. Logano's 12. I'm just looking at FanDuel. Logano is 12, Elliott 10, Byron 6.5, Denny 6, Blaney 6, Reddick 5, Bell 450, Larson 350. Those odds, I guess, make sense to me. They should definitely be your front 4 based on how they looked at Phoenix last year. I mean, I guess like you can make an argument for Byron because he's normally good just all the time. But I mean, I think you have to put those 4 guys as your 4 favorites based on how good they looked at Phoenix. Do you think you could throw any of these people out yet? You think you could throw Joey out?
If I were going to bet Joey Logano or Chase Elliott, I would wait until Martinsville, the very last race, because I don't see them winning either this week or next week. They could point their way up in the standings, but I think you have what 12-1 and 10-1 you said on them.
Yeah,
like if you go into that last race, and they're in a position where they have to win, I'm sure you could get at least 20 on them, 25. I don't think it's worth betting them right now.
Where are you at on Denny? Do you think he makes the Final Four?
I don't know. The guy's head is a head case, man. He's a bigger head case than Holden.
What's your gut say?
No.
Byron?
My gut says Chase Elliott, Byron, Blaney, Bell.
Oh, fuck off, Coop.
What my gut says.
Why not Larson?
I don't know. I think Larson needs to do really well this week and next week. Martinsville, I know he's done better at Martinsville in this car, but it's not a great track for him. You think he opened at 350 this week? What do you think he opens up next week?
Where are we?
Homestead.
Oh, fucking
Seth, I have a Larson ticket myself, though.
250, maybe.
Yeah.
275. And I'll tell you what, bro. That number ain't moving this week. I don't give a fuck if he goes to a backup car. That number is not going to move. So I to be honest though, Coop, I don't think it gets worse either. Right. Even if he pulls it. I mean, how much lower can you
I think it'll go 300 if he pulls it.
I don't think that the numbers are really going to move on the good guys in the race that are behind him either.
Oh, if Chris Bell or Reddick pull it or come in second, they're going to be fine.
Yeah, but what if Larson is? Let's say Larson pulls it, right? And every other guy that you and I think could win the race is in the front four.
I don't think they're going to extend the numbers if Larson pulls it on Bell and Reddick and Byron now.
I agree with that, but I don't see how much lower they can get if Larson is in the front row.
Yeah. I don't know. I would not be surprised at all if it's Larson, Reddick, and Byron, and those numbers go from 8 and 9 to 6 and 7.
All right, let me pull up the odds.
That's just how the books work.
So he's 350, which is, I guess, a fair price in 2024, considering what he's done here.
I mean, the guy's won 3 of the last 7 races here. Should have won 4, possibly 5. So, I mean, you can't argue with the number, especially coming off of a win.
Yeah. So how many guys do you plan on betting before the race?
4.
Because I
already bet 4. It's probably going to lose, but
I want to bet Larson, Byron, Bell, and Reddick. Is that the 4 that you're on?
Larson, Byron, Bell, and Reddick. Yeah. I just might go back to what I told Adam at the beginning of the week, and probably what I should have done.
What?
Just get a bunch of Larson tickets.
He could lose, Coop. I'm telling you,
yeah,
bro.
I definitely, no doubt he could lose. But I mean, if I have Larson at 15 or 20 to 1 total, I mean, I'll be all right betting the rest of them.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like now that I'm not going to say that now that you can throw Denny Hamlin out because
you definitely can't throw him out.
Yeah, because he could show up.
I just can't bet him. Oh, and I mean, I already told you. I already know if we're betting Denny Hamlin, I'm making this bet right here. Denny Hamlin wins. Ross Chastain finishes top 5. Ty Gibbs top 10.
Denny Hamlin wins. Ross Chastain finishes top 5. Ty Gibbs finishes top 10. What's the number?
What do you want it to be?
$15 to 1.
65.
Is it really?
Yeah, you think I would have bet that for 15 to 1? Come on, dude. Are you fucking out of your mind? 15 to 1 for 3 things to happen, and for
what do you mean? We see those numbers all the time. There's guys that are 14 to 1 where you got to get 3 home sometimes. It's not like we haven't seen that. I mean, we've literally seen that. You asked me what I thought the number would be.
That was like that was horrible, Jay. Like when I ask you, what do you think the number will be? 99% of the time, you're relatively close.
Yeah, I know.
That time, you threw it out like you were holding.
Oh God, enough. Well, all right. I'll give you the Gibbs top 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chastain is far from an automatic to top 5 of this race.
I will give him the stats.
Far.
Not know, Ross.
I mean, an automatic?
Oh, no, nothing's an automatic. You know
that's what I just said. I said far from an automatic.
Denny Hamlin winning is not an automatic.
Let me look.
Disappointing that you are out in left field on Ross Chastain this race, right, Iowa?
5th.
4, 5, 12, 2, and 3. Last 5 races here. Coming off a win at Kansas, which is basically the prototype of Las Vegas.
So still not an automatic, though.
Definitely not an automatic. Nobody said it's an automatic.
I mean, 65 to 1, though.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Not bad. I think it'll be 15 to 1.
Yeah, you asked me what I thought it would be. Yeah, in 2024, shit gets weird, Coop. That's not bad.
No. It was actually the only one when I looked through that it intrigued me.
You're only going to get fucking $30 on it, but it's not bad. All right, let's go back to the odds. So yeah, that's where I'm at too, though. Larson, Byron, Theyll, and Reddick.
But could you conceivably see yourself going into this race with just Larson? If you can get it to 15 or 20?
I think we lost Coop.
I'm right here. Hi.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. Say it again.
I said, do you think you could conceivably go into this race with just a Larson ticket if you can get it to 15 or 20?
I think you can count on Byron. I think you can count on those guys to be good.
Well, it's not that I don't want to count on them being good. I would just rather try to put more money into Larson, get those tickets, secure them, and then be able to bet off of Larson.
I'll tell you my only problem with it. My only problem with it is if I'm wrong and these numbers move, if they qualify well, like more than I think they might move, like I could see $1 maybe, but like if they really move, then you're fucking yourself because then you're betting Byron.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you there.
Like I think you got it. I think if you're gonna bet Byron, Reddick, and Bell, you got to take 8, 9, and 10 to 1 or whatever the best is out there.
Okay, makes sense.
Because I mean, what has to happen for them to shit the bed in qualifying? I just don't see it, man.
Right, I agree. Good point. Good call.
So you guys know where we're at in terms of the outright market. I mean, we can go through these guys, but everybody else is a wait and see. Besides Larson, Byron,
I might put another ticket in my pocket.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll keep going. Ryan Blaney 12 to 1, Joey Logano 14 to 1. Honestly, could Ryan Blaney show up? He could.
Yeah.
Should he be 12 to 1? If you're telling me Chris Bell's 10 to 1, should Ryan Blaney be 12 to 1? No, he shouldn't. I mean, I need better than that. Like, I don't know what the best is out there, but I think he should be higher than that.
Ryan Blaney, I can see running this race between 3rd and 6th the entire time. And you're just going to be like, all right, do I need to add that Blaney ticket? Do I need to add it or not? You never know. But
yeah.
I don't foresee him being in 1st or 2nd, but I also don't foresee him being on the bottom part of the top 10. He's scary. He's a scary. Where Ryan Blaney's scary is to not have him on your card, and a caution comes out with 5 laps left, and he's in 3rd place. No, you shouldn't invest all in the Larson.
No. I mean, he basically had close to top 5 speed. But I mean, Coop, like,
he's been good on these 1.5 miles.
Yeah, but I mean, all right.
He's not been as good this year as last year.
Here's my problem. Like, he was the 21st fastest at Texas, the 18th at Kansas, the 12th at Charlotte. When he's been dominant at Charlotte, it's been his best 1.5-mile track probably by a mile, right? So like he's not as good as he's been. Now,
look, I'm not going to have him in a pre-race bet. I'm watching live. You don't have to make a case against him. He's just a driver that scares me.
He did have close to top 5 speed at Vegas, and at the last 1.5 miles that we were just at, he was the 2nd fastest car on the track, which is a little concerning.
Right. Larson hasn't started on a pole since 2021. How many times has he started second, Iowa? Like all of them? But yeah, Ryan Blaney is right there with Denny Hamlin as far as
I'll give you
scare me, but for different reasons, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, if the old Denny shows up, he could just fucking, old Denny on a 1.5 miles is scary.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm with you there, and you're like, I'll give you that. Like Ryan Blaney, of the people that we won't be on, is among the scariest. But still, man, 12 to 1. If you're going to give me Bell at 10 to 1, I don't like that price. All right, Joey Logano. I mean, stop.
Yeah, I don't have any interest in Joey. He's got to prove it to me on the track before I can, do anything with him.
Chase Elliott, I just don't think he's gonna have winning speed.
I agree. I think Chase probably is looking at an 8th to 12th place finish.
All right. So KB is interesting, I guess. What is your thoughts on Meyer was telling me about fucking Gibbs possibly selling setups to RCR? That's fucking wild.
Yeah, my thoughts are what I told Adam because Adam hadn't heard about it.
What are your thoughts?
I think of the two teams that you're talking about, I think it's RCR.
But like, did they fire the guy?
He's on the last year of his contract, so he's looking for a job. I don't know if he's still employed with him or not. I don't know.
That's wild. That's one of the weirdest things I've heard and since I've met you, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of one reason it's kind of keeping me off KB. Like, you know, do they like,
have they been
set up to try to hide it? I don't know.
No fucking shot. If they got the setup, bro, they're running that setup. No fucking shot.
Yeah, but like, what if they're saying, "Hey, I want you here next year. Like, this year's done. Let's kind of keep it under the seams and not let this get out, really. And like, let's kind of play it off or something." I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Iowa, MGM has the RCR parlays because MGM is a sponsor for RCR.
So where are you at on Bush? Like, he could show up and be a factor.
Yeah, I have to bet him live. He could be, but Kyle's probably down at the bottom of my top 10. I think there's a lot of other drivers that are better than him.
After him, Marty, 16. I couldn't bet him. I mean, God, though, Coop, if you look at his speed, he's the really second fastest. He's the second fastest guy this year on 1.5-mile tracks. 4th at Vegas, 10th at Kansas, at Texas, 2nd at Kansas, 10th at Charlotte, 3rd at Michigan. But Michigan doesn't really count, right? Does Michigan count? Not really.
Well, I mean, it's different in a little bit, but it's still all about the same thing: raw speed.
5th at Kansas again. I mean, he's been really, really fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I can't bet him. I can't bet him before the race.
Really?
I can't. No. Because I know that there are 4 guys that I'm going to want to bet before him. And I mean, how many guys are you going to bet before you go into the race? I would bet Larson before him, Byron, and Reddick and Gibbs. I mean, who? Not Gibbs. Reddick and Bell.
There's 7 guys I would consider betting.
But I mean, I didn't realize he was that fast. Yeah. I mean, he's the 2nd fastest guy this year on intermediates.
Right. Hey, Iowa, where has Marty started? In Iowa, I mean, in Kansas and Vegas.
I could tell you I got Vegas here. Oh, fuck off. He started 7th in the spring. He started 4th in the fall last year. $15th in the spring last year.
Yeah, Iowa said 19, 13, 3, 4, 12. I was thinking maybe we could try to sneak in a poll on him, but I don't know. Looks like he's better in the race than what he is in qualifying. I mean, the number's what intrigues me about him. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I get that. But I don't want to bet a half dozen people because I know I'm going to have $25,000 worth of action on Sunday in the NFL. And it's just like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Chastain 18-1.
I like it.
You think he's got anything for Larson?
Like I ranked Ross number 5 this week, right behind the 4 we were talking about earlier.
Has he qualified well?
That I do not know.
Meyer.
But the numbers speak for themselves. He just won at Kansas.
That number could get better though if he shits the bed in qualifying. Yeah. Gibbs 18-1. I mean,
you can get Gibbs at 24 on FanDuel.
I'm gonna sound like a broken record here, but fucking show me.
Yeah, just open up the FanDuel book. It's right there, 24-1.
Shut up, Coop.
But
you plan on betting Gibbs?
I don't know. Like, I'm just about to win this under on Brown and Brown and Princeton. So, I might split that unit into 2 halves. I don't know.
All right.
But like the thing that entices me,
can't wait to hear it,
about Gibbs is we know he's going to have speed. All right.
Yep.
And his issues have been, mistakes by him, mistakes by the pit crew, mechanical issues, things of that nature. And this is a low attrition race. You usually don't see those types of things. So that's what makes me think about it. Plus, I mean, like, you remember earlier in the year, after Gibbs did well for a couple races, the books had him at 9-1, 12-1, 10-1.
Yeah.
24 is not a bad number.
I mean,
but yeah, I'm not sure what to do. Like, if I had to rank the 3, it would be Chastain, Gibbs, and then Truex of those 3. After that, I don't have interest in anybody. I don't think anybody else can win that race.
Yeah, the problem is this kid shits the bed every chance he gets. But yeah, he's going to be wicked fast.
Yeah.
And until that happens.
Didn't he run good at Vegas earlier this year?
Yeah. But I mean, like the fall race the year before he crashed.
Right, but different year.
Oh, okay.
We're back to the different year. You got to rate it on the year, not the overall picture.
So he hasn't gotten in any accidents this year. He hasn't shit the bed at all.
No, he has, but I think it being a low attrition rate, favors him. What about Cindric, Kegs made?
So Chastain qualified 20, 18, 11, 10, and 8. So yeah, you could probably get a better number on him.
What did he qualify at Kansas when he won this year in this fall?
Adam Meyer will tell you that, Coop, momentarily. After Gibbs, Keselowski 25-1, Bowman 25-1, Bubba 20. Bubba's been running pretty well lately.
He has been running pretty well lately, but the thing is, Adam said he started 20th. And Adam, is he in the B group or the A group? And then
he's in the group with Larson, Byron, Reddick, Blaney, Bubba. Kez.
Okay. Yeah. It might be hard for him to get in the top 10 then. But Bubba hasn't been as good on the 1.5 miles this year as what he has been in the past.
Who?
Bubba Wallace.
Oh, Bubba. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
That's my concern with Bubba.
Yep, I agree with that. What do you think about Roush this week?
Nothing. I'll watch him live.
I'm with you on that. But what I will say about Roush is Chris Buescher has been very hit or miss in this format this year. He's either been phenomenal or he's been terrible.
Yeah,
and he had top 3 speed at Vegas this year.
Yeah. I prefer Buescher over Keselowski.
Chris Buescher's, man. Yeah. I do too, for sure. But where did he finish in the spring?
I thought you just said he finished second or third here.
No, he was the third fastest car on the track.
Okay. All right.
He got into an accident. He finished dead last. But he led a few laps, but he finished dead last.
Right.
Yeah, I guess he's a wait and see, but it wouldn't shock me if he shows up. Wouldn't shock me.
So for me, it's those top 4 drivers and then possibly Truex, Chastain, Gibbs.
Yeah, there's nobody.
We're thinking about it like it's probably a Gibbs bet pre-race because he's going to qualify better, and maybe Chastain live or after.
I'll be shocked if he doesn't qualify in the top 10.
Oh, he should do very well. Adam and I were talking about it.
I think he qualified 8th in the spring.
And he's in the A group, so a little bit easier path. Not that it's, guaranteed or anything.
Yeah. All right, before we look at the props.
I'm going to the bathroom. What were you going to say?
Fuck, they pulled them. Fuck. Go to the bathroom.
What did they pull?
Xfinity on Bet365. I was going to ask you, Custer was 5-1.
Yeah, Chandler is 6-1. I bet Chandler.
Herbst, I'm definitely betting Herbst when I can. But what do you think? What do you think Custer comes back at? 340?
Yeah, in that ballpark. Yeah.
Fuck me.
I would be cautious on paying too much attention to the practice because of how windy it was.
Yeah, but they said it didn't affect the track though.
Like in practice, it seemed to favor Chevy and Ford and not Toyota. In practice.
We looked at the track temp. The track temp, I don't know about the wind, but it's going to be around the same temperature tomorrow.
Yeah, but it's not going to be nearly as windy.
But I mean, like Custer and Herbst have been great on mile and a half this year.
I don't mind Custer. Riley, I can't bet because
he would have been faster than Custer and Sammy Smith in the next average.
Yeah. I can't bet Riley because his head's right next to Denny's.
Why?
He doesn't have a job next year, dude.
So isn't he is he racing for his life this weekend? Because that kind of makes me want to back him even more.
He doesn't have a job. Like, he can go to a shit team if he wants to. But the top tier teams are all, filled out. He's banking on this 23XI gig.
That would be a travesty.
But yeah, he doesn't have a ride because the team he's with now has already fulfilled their drivers for next year.
All right, go smoke your cigarette. Go do what you got to do.
I got to go to the bathroom.
Whatever you need.
Just to let you know, like, just out of the random, like, I get this text from the other night from Keg. He says, I got to go, Holden. And then, like, 30 seconds later, I get this text. I really have to poop.
Yeah, I did. I had to poop. Wait, you should hear the message I sent Meyer today. Oh, man. Fuck Adam. They pulled him. Bro. They pulled Xfinity on me. I can't bet it now. I was going to do it tonight. God damn it, Jay. Oh, Fanatics has the odds up for Xfinity? Hold on. Let me go bet 8 fucking cents. All right, I'm in. 8 cents to win 78 cents. Oh, what did he come back at, Meyer? Hey, Keg, when you get a chance, can you check out my questions? And then I'll do that right now, my guy. I have 3 free $100 bets at DK. I was thinking of using them on NASCAR this weekend. How or who should I bet? You want to try to catch a price, or do you just want to bet straight? $3 to 1 on Custer. Riley now 7 to 1. Fucking just end my life. Just fucking end me. Why did I wait? That's so not like me, man. Straight, but wouldn't mind a live cash if it's better. Okay, then what I would do is the number on Byron, Reddick, and Beller is going to get worse. The number on Larson could get worse, but if it does, it's not going to go under 3 to 1, and he's plus 350 right now. So I would say bet Byron, Reddick, and Bell. And then before Sunday's race, I'll get you on Larson at a better number. That's what I would do, buddy. Meyer, you want me to send you an invite? Because I know you're going to break my balls in fucking 40 minutes anyway. He doesn't. He probably doesn't think he's good enough, Milo. I build machines, though, right? I build animals. I build guys that take $600 deposits and turn it into 100,000. I've turned him into a machine. He just doesn't believe that he's a machine yet. I'm like a university, basically. You get your fucking college degree from me. And then you don't need me anymore. You're good to go. Oh, my fucking partner in crime. What's going on, sweetheart? Oh, wait, hold on. All right, there we go.
Yeah, so you just need me to fill in the gap while Coop's taking a shit. That's where we're at.
That's not true. That's not true. How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah, I watched the lines on Xfinity just go up in flames right in front of me. I was gonna bet Custer, but man, I have so much invested in Chandler.
Herbst being 7-1 now tilts me.
Yeah. I don't know what to take for practice, right? Because Toyota was kind of all over the place. Like the JGR cars.
I think you're right, though. I think they were probably trying to find the setup.
But doesn't it make sense that they would put all their efforts into getting Chandler Smith a race-winning car over anybody else?
But wouldn't that involve finding the setup and then giving it to him?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think during the race, his car will show. I mean, he looked like super mid in practice, but then put it in third on his qualifying lap. So, and Brandon Jones is on the pole, but he looked good in practice and on his qualifying lap. So,
he was in the pole in the last race too.
Yeah, they got speed.
Yeah. So
what is that?
I just can't ever trust him to stay clean in a race.
Coop, you got some kind of alert on over there. I keep hearing badoing.
Yeah, whose life alert's going off?
Oh, fuck you, pal.
Both
might have been some text messages my wife was getting. I don't know. I'm not here to let you know. Let me know if you hear it again, though.
We hear it.
We heard it like 64 times.
We keep hearing it.
Well, let me know if you hear it again.
We just heard it.
There it is, right there.
Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah, not me. Well, I wasn't on the show when I started, so definitely it's not me.
Yeah.
But anyways, all right, where are we at?
You guys want to get into props, or are there any long shots you guys are interested in? I mean, these cookie cutter races are pretty and there's low cautions in this race, right? You would expect
no long shots from me.
There's not a guy over 28-1 that's got a fucking shot to win this race. So
that wasn't me either.
You know what? I gotta just shout out. I mean, what an intro! I mean, you guys really sold it, coming in with the energy, and it was.
I mean,
what a shot,
bro! I had to let the man cook for a minute, bro. You know, he's frustrated with the bank.
Well, then let's get into the props. Then
I think what tips it off is I've been working on this since last Saturday night.
Yeah,
and then
it's a joke. It's a
Tweedledum sends a text message tonight that says we've got to get this fucking figured out.
Meyer,
these are our two options.
Meyer, God,
listen, we're not going backwards. Onward.
Those aren't two options. And then he goes,
get this show on track, Meyer.
Then he basically goes, I need the two of you to figure it out because I'll be gone until 7 p.m. tomorrow night.
All right. Finger pointing is done. We are on to top threes. Anybody like a top three tonight? Or for Sunday's race? Top threes to thread the needle?
I can't do top threes
fives.
With fives because there's too many good cars that could, be there.
Well, let me interest you in some top tens then. I have a Ross Chastain ticket at even money. I think I think Chastain is going to race very well. And if you're going to give me even money on a top 10, I'm going to take that.
I like that.
That number's gone, but
I think you can still get it.
There's some 120s and 140s floating around. I haven't seen even money.
Even money.
I also don't have the best NASCAR book in the world anymore.
It's even money at Bet365.
Yeah. I love that play.
Yeah. You got it at what, 120?
I got even money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can get behind that. What else?
I
mean, I can get behind.
Obviously, you're not taking the minus 1,200 on Kyle Larson. So, is there anybody in that even money or long shot range?
Wait, what did you just say?
He's minus 1,200 to top 10. I said, I know you're not taking that, so we're going to move on.
Is that at Caesars?
FanDuel.
He's minus 400 at Bet365.
But I minus 1,200 on
that's fucking wild.
That says don't bet this, is what they're telling you.
Right. Yeah, so my interest in the top 10 lies with Byron, Reddick, Blaney, Bell, Chastain, and Gibbs.
And that tells me that you're not betting them straight.
No, I'll have a leg with them to get them around even. But that's why I'm staying away from Larson, because I'd probably need to.
Yeah, Gibbs is close. He's minus 120 at FanDuel. I haven't shopped it around, but
yeah,
he's minus money at 365, 125,
or 25, I should say.
Minus 120 at FanDuel and DK.
But I definitely have interest in those 6 drivers. But it's just a matter of, I don't know if I can bet all 6, because how invested do you want to get with your parlay leg?
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with any of the guys that you said. So Larson's going to be there. Unless you
have any interest in this market?
Do I have what?
Interest in it?
Yeah, I can get behind Byron, Reddick, Bell.
Chastain. Yeah, you've already said that, but do you really have any interest?
You're saying, am I going to bet it?
Yeah.
If I could find a leg I feel confident enough in. But I really I don't really want to.
You don't want to really put a plus 120 play on the sheet?
Well, I mean, I would bet Chastain straight.
That's beneath you now?
No, it's not.
Oh, for sure. For sure. We just talked about it before we went live. Told him the goalposts have moved. If it ain't 3-1, he ain't getting out of bed.
It's not beneath me, no. But yeah, I can get behind Chastain straight. What are the Gibbs is minus 125.
There's some minus 120s floating around, but yeah, pretty much that market.
I think if I was going to do it, Coop, I would bet Chastain straight.
Yeah.
And I would bet Byron, Reddick, and Bell, and see how hard it was to really get Larson if I wanted him at even money. And then I think I would try to take 2 props and pair 2 of them with 1 prop, and then pair another 2 with another prop.
All right. I was looking today.
Yeah.
At those FanDuel props. Win, top 5, top 10, what the price is. It's like, there's got to be another book out there. Is there another book out there that does this?
Okay.
And I know MGM used to every once in a while have some type of, bet like that. I went to DraftKings. You can parlay Kyle Larson to win, Tyler Reddick to top 5.
What's that?
It's 780.
That's not bad.
You could take him and Reddick to top Toyota at 750. Or just Larson top 5.
You add William Byron in there at 1660.
here's the one thing I'll say about Reddick. Wouldn't you agree that over the last 6 weeks, he's been as inconsistent as he's been the entire year?
I would agree. But the sad thing about it on DraftKings is it wouldn't let you put a top 10 in there.
So you could do it with a top 5, but you can't do it with a top 10.
You can do it with a top 3 too.
You can do it.
Yeah, but like, why wouldn't you just rather take Larson to top Chevy and Reddick to top Toyota at 750 instead of Larson has to win and Reddick has the top 5 at 780?
Well,
the
only problem with that is, like, realistically, there could be 3 Toyotas that finish 2, 3, 4. If, like, let's say Reddick finished 5th. That's the only problem with that, but I get what you mean.
Well, yeah, and like, is there a world where Larson isn't the top Toyota? And well, I guess that allows you Reddick wins, right? Reddick could win in that scenario, and Larson could be second, and that would still cash.
Right.
But yeah, you can add as many legs to it as you want to, Jay, as long as you don't duplicate the driver.
But can you include? What about the manufacturer?
Hold on. I didn't try that. I tried top 10. You cannot.
Scumbags.
You can always just bet the Quinella and the Exacta on Caesars at terrible prices.
Speaking of terrible prices, have you saw what the winner of the race to win stage 1 and winner of the race to win stage 2?
I just looked at it. Stage 2 is absurd.
Absolutely absurd.
What are the prices?
Well, you're good at guessing prices tonight, Keg. What would you put that at stage 2 and win the race?
Stage 1. Stage 1. The winner of stage 1 wins the race. I'll say 240.
Stop it.
Try half of that.
240? Half of that?
Cut it literally in half.
Wait a minute. But let's
think, moron. Do you know where this is? Do you know where we're racing?
Hold on. But let's think about this. He's going to be let's say he's 350 when he goes off. Let's say that's the price. He's going to drop $2 by the end of stage 1 if he wins the stage.
Have you been awake for any of these races that we've seen recently?
You know, not for nothing, both you motherfuckers, but like, you both break my balls. Like, I haven't given you this great gift in life of being a winning sports bettor. You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to keep your head in the game because you're slipping. You 240 on Caesars?
You told me to take my blood pressure medicine fucking a couple hours ago.
Well, you clearly weren't right.
You got to admit, man, I have not been busting your balls.
No, you haven't, Coop.
Oh yeah, Coop, you've been too busy.
You've been so just
for the last 6 months.
Yeah. You're right.
So what would you? So knowing it's 120 for stage 1, what do you think stage 2 is?
Oh, okay. I'll play the game. Minus 250.
There you go.
Minus
That's
260.
I know.
Minus 260. Now you're back. He just had to get his. We had to recalibrate. He was off.
I can't. All right, what else we got?
He's probably got Caesars pulled up in front of him, Adam.
Yeah, now he's cheating. He's using that 16-inch laptop when he's got a 34-inch monitor 8 inches from his nose. All right. All right. Let's. Are you interested in any both to finish top 3, top 5, top 10 markets?
No, sir.
You want to thread a needle there?
I didn't even look at them.
No, it's hard.
Well, we'll just a starting price. The worst odds on the board right now would be Larson Byron minus 160.
Fuck right off, Meyer. God, that's where we're at. Two guys.
Top 10?
No,
both to top 10.
Oh, I thought that was both to top 3. I was about to lose my mind.
both to top 10.
Oh, okay.
Larson Bell is the same price.
Both the top 10. I mean,
you can go Byron Reddick at -105.
Here's what I would tell the people. If you don't want to get heavily invested in the top 10 market and you don't want to have to bet 5 guys that you also have to count on a parlay leg with that, you could take, Bell and Larson, or Larson and Byron, or Bell and Reddick, and you might not need a leg on most of them, and at least you're not overexposed, especially if you're going to have a ton of NFL action this weekend. That's the one thing that I would say about it. That's maybe it's not terrible for people that have to take their bankroll into consideration. But I personally would not do that. No.
Now that's a name I haven't seen in a while, man. Yellow Hammered 75.
Oh, Rob, what's up, buddy?
Well, welcome back in.
Hopefully,
but DK allows you to do this manually, and they're -106 on Byron Reddick. Caesars is -105, so they're not unfair prices, which normally you would see.
Yeah.
So we'll just skip over that market. You're not going to bet manufacturer Chevy +120.
No, I'm not.
No, okay. Because after Larson and Byron, the next 5 cars are not Chevy, probably. Well, I guess maybe you can make an argument for Chastain.
He's coming around.
Like I said, he wasn't fully there yet. We just had to give him a moment. He's been NFL invested.
I have been.
All right.
It's paying off.
So, Chevy market, top Chevy market, top Ford market. We'll talk the top Chevy market. Obviously, the Larson price is going to be absurd, +110. I think it's the best I've seen so far.
What's Byron and Chastain?
Byron at +360. What was that, Coop?
I said 350 and 8.
Crazy thing is, on Caesars, KB is your third favorite for top Chevy at 650.
So my thought on this is I don't want to try to beat Kyle Larson. So if I'm going into it, I'm going to take Larson, Byron, and Ross.
Larson, Byron,
and Ross. But the thing is, you're going to have to probably get 2 legs to need Larson at a decent price.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably just pass on Chevy.
Okay. Well, then we'll go to Ford. So DK has this as Logano as your favorite, +170. Blaney second, +180. Caesars has this Blaney as your favorite at +190. Logano second favorite at 225.
That's basically where Bet365 is. I will definitely be betting Chris Buescher to top Ford. I might bet Blaney too, but I'll definitely be on Buescher.
My thought is it's Blaney or nothing.
Well, that's why you and me are different people.
I'm just letting you know my thought.
Yeah,
I think
this show would be no fun if you guys agreed all the time.
We agree a lot, though. So the show's probably not much fun.
Top Toyota market, Reddick is your there's 3 guys on Caesars that are all +270. Reddick, Bell, Hamlin.
Reddick, Bell. Yeah, I mean, wow, Denny. How about Denny still being the favorite? Cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's Joey Logano's favorite in Ford, so.
Yeah.
Is there a world where you would take Ty Gibbs at 8-1, 9-1? That's a lot of cars he's got to beat.
Yep. It's just too deep for me.
Meyer, what are your thoughts on Marty this week, just in general?
He's never won a Vegas race, right? In the next-gen car?
In a next-gen car? No, probably not.
I don't like him to win, but
he's been wicked fast this year, though, on mile and a half.
The crazy thing, so if you look at driver averages at Vegas, he has got 100 driver rating, right? His average finish is the best of 7 races, same number as Larson. He has a 6.9 average finish, 1 top 5, 7 top 10s. He's consistent. He's just not a race winner here.
Wait a minute. You said his driver finishing position is the same as Larson?
No, it's better. He's got an average finish of 6.9. Larson is 7.4.
So is there one race that Larson finished bad at that's really skewed?
Yeah, I think it was 22. He finished 30. He only made like 16 laps, wrecked out.
Okay. Because, I mean, he's got...
Started from the rear and then wrecked out. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Larson's, like, if you look at all his stats compared to everybody else, it's absurd. He's led 602 laps. He's won 5 top 5s, 6 top 10s out of 7 races. That's crazy.
Only 1 top 5 though in that 7.
Well, I say Marty's just consistently a top 10. Every time he's raced here, he's finished top 10.
That's pretty crazy to have a 6.9 average and only be in the top 5 one time.
Yeah, his best finish is 4th. His worst finish is 9th.
He could fucking hang around, man, and make some noise with a late caution for sure.
Just say, well, just Mr. Consistent, right? What's his top 10 price? We didn't even talk about that guy. Minus 160. That's pass.
I mean, it's warranted though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just not going to bet it at the price.
It's hard to argue that it's not warranted. Looking at what he's done in this new car.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could argue he's never not finished in the top 10.
This is my problem with it, though. All right. The books aren't being consistent on how they're coming up with the prices on top 10s. Because if you look at that number, he's minus 160. He only has 1 top 5. All right. But he's never finished worse than 9th, you said, right?
Right.
So how can Ross Chastain be plus 100?
Well, I
when
mean,
he has that many more top 5s.
You know that they're always going to price a quality Gibbs car higher than a fucking Trackhouse car.
I don't know. Like it just doesn't seem like they're being consistent on how they're coming up with the numbers.
Yeah, Ross just has 1 finish outside the top 10 in 5 races. The crazy thing to me is Ross is 4th, 5th, 2nd, 3rd. And you look in those races, outside of like that first one, like he's in March of 22, he finished stage 1 and 3rd, stage 2 and 1st. He's been like all in the top 10 in those stages. He's just been solid here.
Yeah.
You think Marty has a shot at being a top Toyota? I mean, his number's worse than Gibbs. I mean, you can't take that.
There's just they could all be top. Literally all 5 could be top Toyota.
Yep. Yeah.
That's the problem.
Oh, boy. I'll let you answer that question, Jay.
Oh, fuck me. Rob, I want nothing more in life than for you to be able to sign up to the website, my friend. Right now, we're working on a new payment vendor. And hopefully after we get through the weekend, we will have one. But until then, there's literally nothing that I can do for you. And your
good news is it's pro bono on the live shows, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do the majority of the live shows for free. And if you are you in Discord still, Rob, in the general room? Because if you are, you could see the plays in the general room. If you are. So any bets that we put in that room, which is where we're putting all the plays right now until we get this fixed, you will be able to access the general room. If not, then we got to wait until the website. But you are number 30 in the last 3.5 days that has asked to sign up to the website. So we're working on it. And I will message you as soon as we're ready to go. But if you are in the general room, you'll have access to all the shows and all the plays. Any groups you guys like?
So that's where I was going next. So group 1 at FanDuel would be Reddick, Bell, Hamlin, Larson. Larson's plus 165, Reddick 270, Bell plus 310, Denny 340. Not particularly interested in a group with Larson in it.
Yeah.
Group 2 looks like Byron's your heavy favorite. Blaney, Logano, Byron, Elliott.
Wow, 145 for Willie B, huh?
Yeah, if you think Blaney's got a shot here at plus 320 to pretty much fit. Well, unless you think Logano hangs around.
I don't.
Doesn't sound like you guys are too much in on Chase.
Yeah, I mean, he could run well, but I just don't think he's going to have it.
Then that last group, this is probably the most interesting group, would be Gibbs, Chastain, KB, and Marty. Chastain's 280.
All 4 of those guys could win that group, though. I could see it.
Yeah, it's a tight group. But I mean, the pricing tells you that, right?
Yeah.
So, that group, well, not that group, but those 2 drivers, Chastain and Gibbs, are my favorite amongst all the betting groups.
Yeah.
They're on 4 or 5 different books where you can play the 2 of them together at varying prices against varying
other guys.
Other drivers, yes.
Yeah, like I don't mind them 2 against Bubba and Busher. The prices aren't great, but
well, Group C. What do you think of Group C on Caesars? Then Marty, Logano, KB, and Ross. Ross is your long shot there at 3-1.
Marty, hold on, let me pull up that group. What group is it?
C.
Three of the 4 could win that group, though.
Yeah, but Logano, like when you put Chastain over Logano, and you're getting Chastain at 3-1.
Yeah. I think that there's value in the number for sure against those other guys. But like, would it shock you if Marty or KB won that group?
Well, no. If I were to take this group, wouldn't you just take Marty and Ross
against who?
KB and Logano.
I don't know. Logano, yes, definitely. But I mean, how far back do you think that KB is from Marty?
Yeah, KB just feels like a checkers or it hasn't been so much recently. I just don't know what to like. When Coop told me that, and you start to like look through some of the other stuff, it just makes so much sense why they found speed.
Yeah, for sure. Now it does. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's so shady.
I mean, and nothing surprises me in that sport, really. But
I don't see any other groups that I like, really.
Do you guys have any interest in any poll winners? This is the one that I find interesting. The numbers are actually. Oh, no, hold on. Yeah, the numbers have been moving.
Who are your two favorites? Reddick and Gibbs and Bell? Those three?
Yeah, I think if I'm betting one, I think I want it to be Reddick. At 10, it was 9-1. It's 10-1 now. Why is Gibbs in front of him?
I wish there was.
Look at the groups. Hold on, I got it up right now. So we agreed that the Group A is softer than Group B, right, Coop?
Sorry, I'm texting somebody real quick. What's the question?
Group A versus Group B. We both kind of landed on Group B being a stronger.
I mean, just the fact that Reddick, Byron, and Larson are in that group, you have to say yes.
Yeah, Group B has the bigger names. Well, not necessarily bigger names, but the bigger proven cars when it comes to qualifying.
Yeah.
But you look at these odds, Larson's plus 350 to win the pole, hasn't won the pole here since 22.
Yeah, I will say
21.
Gibbs and Bell are they might be able to walk into the final
10. So, I said, if I was betting two of these, it would be Bell and Reddick. But Reddick's in that tougher group. But I mean, it doesn't matter. If you're going to win the pole, you're going to have to go through whatever group to get there. It's not going to matter.
Yeah, true that.
But Reddick at 10-1 is interesting to me.
Where have they qualified? Like the last few at Vegas?
I'll tell you. So in the March race, Logano was on the pole. Larson was second. Cindric third. Byron fourth. Bubba fifth. Bell was 10th. And Reddick was 18th. So not great. I don't know he finished stage. That was this spring. Then that was when he had a fast car too. So I'm not sure what happened there. Fall race of 23. Bell was on the pole. Larson was second. Reddick was 8th. Gibbs was all the way down in 11th.
So
Byron's going to be a problem too. He was in 3rd.
So Larson and Byron have qualified very well here.
Yes. Yep.
And what are their
March race was kind of the same story. Byron was second. Larson was 6th. Logano on pole. So I think when I was talking to Coop about this, I think Logano's had 2 poles, Reddick had 1, Bell had 2. If you go back 5 races.
Logano's had 2 poles here, huh?
March of 23, he led 183 laps. Oh, sorry, he led 9 and then crashed. Byron had 176. And Reddick was on pole in the October race of 2022.
Wow, that's wild that he's actually 12-1 to win the pole. That's fucking nuts.
Who?
Reddick.
Yeah, see, I don't get all the options anymore, but that's
Gibbs is like 10. What do you have Gibbs at?
8. What do you have Logano at?
6. What do you have?
550.
What about Byron?
6.
Yeah, basically the same. 650. I mean,
the number on Reddick feels a little off.
Yeah, I guess. But I would be very worried about Larson, Byron, and Bell. And now I didn't even know that Logano had 2 poles here in the last 5 races. Man, that's tough.
You got to remember this is a race where Ford has qualified well at the 1.5 miles, but they haven't raced nearly as well.
Yeah, because there's one person that's been in the top 3 twice in these starts, and Cindric.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he can go out and get the pole, but I mean, I would not have that in my.
Where's Blaney qualifying? If the other 2 Penske cars have been that good.
Spring race this year, Blaney qualified 15th. Fall race of last year. Where did he start? Blaney. 12th. Spring race, 3rd. But that was Logano was on the pole, Byron was in 2nd, and Blaney was in 3rd in the March race of last year.
I think if I was taking a single shot on qualifying, it would probably be Will Byron.
What's Gibbs' number?
10 at Bet365.
And you said Bell is what, 4?
Yeah, 450.
And Reddick is 9?
12. But for a reason.
What's Larson?
4.
So he's the favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him and Bell.
And Byron's what, 6?
Yeah, like 6.5.
Yeah, so here, we'll just run this down quick. So Larson going from the early or the newest race to back to 5, he was 2nd, 6th, 14th, 2nd. If you include the 6th one, he was on the pole. Byron has been 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, 14th. So it seems like that March race, they just missed the setup because I think Larson qualified bad then too. But that's 2 years ago. I'll throw that out. Logano, pole in the spring race. He went 1st, 9th, 1st, 5th, 6th. So pretty tight grouping for him.
I think I would go with the 2 guys at Hendrick.
And Reddick's been all over the place. 18th, 8th, 34th, and 1st.
Yeah, that's probably the way I would go.
First the most recent?
No, Logano had the pole here in spring. Chastain has not qualified well here, but he finishes well. It's crazy. Right. His best start here is 8th.
Yeah, so that number
and that was his worst finish.
That number probably gets better.
Let's see what Blaney's done. 15th, 12th, 3rd, 4th, 11th. So not great.
You got it, Rob.
Gibbs.
I'll message you after I'm done, bud.
Gibbs in his 4 starts here: 8th, 11th, 4th, and 19th. So he seems to qualify better in the spring races than the fall races.
Yeah.
So maybe not a market you're looking to really get into, but
any other matchups, and then we'll call it. Matchups, I mean.
I had a couple I looked at. I have to look at what they were. Hold on.
None of those specials on FanDuel kind of got you excited. I didn't see a ton that really stood out to me.
The only one was the Hamlin one.
Would you rather bet Ross Chastain the top 10 at even money, or would you rather bet him to just beat Kyle Busch at minus 105?
What do you think Kyle Busch does here?
I mean, if I'm betting money, I would say he doesn't top 5.
Yeah, Ross Chastain over Kyle Busch was one of the ones I had looked at. Chase Elliott over Logano, and Bubba over Kez.
Bubba over Kez. That's the last time you laid minus 120 in a head-to-head.
We're gonna live in a pretend world where he would actually do that.
It's kind of where I was at. They're giving a lot of respect to Chase Elliott. Minus 140 over Logano.
I don't think it was that much. I would have never.
That's what I'm looking at it right now on MGM. Logano's plus 110.
I don't really see anything else other than that.
There's quite a bit on ESPN.
Oh, hold on. Let me go there.
Would you take Ty Gibbs over Alex Bowman at minus 120?
No, because it wouldn't shock me if Alex Bowman ran well, and it wouldn't shock me if Ty Gibbs shit the bed and hit the wall. So, no. I would definitely not lay vig on that kid.
Would you take Marty minus 105 over Logano?
Maybe. That's more interesting to me.
And there's some real shitbag head-to-heads if you want to get real weird. Nemechek versus Harrison Burton.
I'm looking.
You can get in the weeds, man.
Yeah, I looked. I don't know. I can't take any of them dirtbag matchups.
You don't want the guys driving around in the back?
He said dirtbag matchups.
Not in this race, man.
What'd they ever do to you, man? All right, boys.
I'm sure they lost me money somewhere.
Oh, excuse me.
All right, boys. You're welcome for me coming on and getting this thing going.
You going to bet anything before qualifying?
Yeah. What time is qualifying?
I think 4:30.
4:35.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm definitely going to bet Byron, Reddick, and Bell before qualifying. I'm not going to bet Larson because if it moves, it'll probably be 50 cents. And I want to lock in a little bit more on NFL props before I decide what I'm going to do with him. But I'll probably...
the dumbest thing about that, right, is the fact that even when Larson doesn't qualify well, the number still goes down.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, that's not true. Down?
Yeah, the last couple of races it's been, right? Because I told you, why even line it at 4-1 if they're going to make it 3-1 before the race when he starts in 10th? They've done it multiple times this year.
Yeah, but that guy starting 10th is like...
Well, that's what I said. Unless he puts his car into the wall and goes to a backup car, they're not moving the number down.
That I agree with. I agree with that, but I don't really think that they could move it up when they're pricing them where they're pricing them.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're betting him, it's like you almost have to bet him now. Otherwise, you're just going to get a worse number. Like you're just telling yourself you're getting a worse number.
Yeah,
right?
I might get a slightly worse number, but I'll probably feel much better about the props that I'm tying them to by that point, which is
the fact you didn't tie him to Foster Moreau is a joke.
Oh, is it? Because you bet every ladder under the sun but his. So I mean,
no. I tied in the Chandler Smith. I got a ticket, my guy.
I mean,
Don't you worry about me.
We weren't. It was a flyer on Moreau. I can't believe he couldn't get to 40 for us. That's fucking unreal.
Yeah, well, we're not going to digress. So I kind of know where you're going. You're going in with you're not going to take a Larson ticket just yet. You're going to have a Reddick, Byron, Bell.
And yes, but I will have a Larson ticket for sure.
Yep.
But I plan
Coop,
on plan on betting those 4 guys.
Okay. And Coop, are you in the same boat? I don't remember if you were on Byron.
Yeah, Byron, Bell, Larson, Reddick.
And
okay. So you guys are on the same guys.
Yeah, but he's undecided on whether or not he's going to hit Chastain or Gibbs or Marty pre.
Yeah, I think if I do, it's going to be.
I meant pre-race, not necessarily pre-practice.
It would be Gibbs, because I think the number would go down on him more than Chastain. I don't know. Marty could qualify top 10 and it would go down a little bit.
Yeah,
but we got to think Chastain number is not going to go down, right? I mean, if you look at historically, he's not qualified well here. He's driven well, but not started well.
Yeah, I think you get a better number on him after qualifying, probably.
He's also in that tougher Group B. He might not even make it out of Group B, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's in the group with Reddick, Byron, Larson. If you just list those 3 guys off, like Bubba could get out of there. Bowman could get out of there. It could be tough for him.
There's probably a better chance that he doesn't make the final 10 than he does.
Yeah, even Austin Cindric's in there.
Plus, you got Blaney in there too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it'll be tough for him to make it out of that group unless he's got a really good car.
Yep.
So, and then you guys would say if you got even, or you would be good with a Ross Chastain top 10 at even money.
Yeah, for sure.
I would.
Okay. All right. I guess that's kind of where we're at.
From that, yeah. And I'm probably going to bet top Ford. I'm not sure what, but I'm probably going to bet top Ford. Either Blaney and Buescher or just Buescher. And that's probably it. No groups, no matchups. None of that other stuff. All right, boys. We're out of here. We will be live tomorrow at around 3:34, like we have been the last few weeks. We got MMA. We got the Xfinity race tomorrow night. Full day of college football. Ray and Dan will be live tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock to break down some college football for you guys. And that's it. For Coop and Meyer, I'm Keg. We're out. Later.
Good luck with your action, boys.